Hello everyone, my name is Jicky. I am a Brazilian perfume lover and also I have my YouTube channel which is toward the Brazilian public or Portuguese speaking public, but I am also doing some English videos as well to share my love and what I know about perfumery and to talk about fragrances that are special and worthy of being translated as well. I am doing a series of fragrances based on the book Perfume Legends by Michael Edwards. If you have a chance to read this book, I strongly recommend because this book brings you a lot of information about the backgrounds of perfumery and of history of several important feminine fragrances that changed the perfumery world throughout the years and decades. Jicky is considered one of the first modern perfumes. It was launched in the 1889 and it came after Rubigan Fougère Royale, which was the first fragrance that used the synthetic note in a perfume. Fougère Royale was famous for using coumarin and creating a fragrance that was based on a odorless plant, the fern, but Jicky is considered the first modern perfume because it breaks away from this tradition of copying and reproducing the nature, and it created an abstract and complex aroma and using two synthetics this time. It used coumarin and vanillin. Vanillin is found on vanilla beans, and until that time it wasn't commercially viable to synthesize vanillin. Guerlain always used vanilla tincture, but from Jicky it also used with vanilla tincture the vanillin synthetic version, which gave more power and more depth to the fragrance. Jicky has the following pyramid of notes. It opens with lavender, bergamot, it has rosewood, and it goes through a heart of geranium, jasmine, rose, and ends in a base of tonka beans, opoponax, vanilla, and coumarin or tonka beans. It is said that the combination of coumarin, vanilla with the rosewood and civet and also the fresh notes of lavender was what made Jicky a perfume modern. It was this complex combination of animalic notes, aromatic notes, and sweet balsamic notes that create a fragrance that was ahead of this time. It wasn't focused on reproducing a flower. It had layers. It was complex. The version that I have is the Eau de Toilette version of Guerlain Jicky. The Eau de Parfum and the Parfum version are still available, and they have much more the animalic note of civet. If you don't like the civet, I strongly recommend you going after a bottle of the Eau de Toilette, which is not so easy to be found, but it is worth the hunt. So I like more this version because I'm not a fan of the animalic aroma of civet. But it is interesting that Jicky brings you this fresh aromatic contrasted with something animalic, sensual, and a little bit dirty, and also with something very sweet, very romantic with the vanilla and coumarin. So it's certainly a complex fragrance full of notes, and that would be considered something avant-garde even today, because it is not a common fragrance. Jicky was created by a young perfumer named Guerlain. He assumed the family business after his father got ill, and he brought together with him to help him in the composition the son of his brother, which was Jacques Guerlain, which would become one of the most important Guerlain perfumers, creating fragrances like Shalimar and like Le Her Blue. So Jicky was the nickname of Jacques Guerlain, but it is also the nickname of some of the Guerlain love interest. So there is this mystic around the history about Jicky, but Guerlain have always worked with love story around their classic fragrance, so Jicky is considered a love story as well. Something curious about this perfume that it is not certain if Jicky was launched for the masculine or feminine public. It seems that this wasn't not relevant at that time, but Jicky was considered too avant-garde for both publics, and Guerlain was very pragmatic, so they saw that the feminine public had more chances of consuming it than the masculine, so they simply relabeled it to the feminine public, and Jicky was a success and continued to be until today. I would say that today this fragrance leans more towards the masculine, probably due to the strong aromatic aroma and also the animalic notes. So if you like something more challenging, elegant, and with plenty of naturals together with a good combination of synthetics, I strongly recommend you trying Jicky. I would say that if you are not fond of civet, you should hunt for an eau de toilette bottle of Jicky. That for me is one of the best lavenders that was ever created. It is a good combination of lavender, coumarin, vanillin with just a tiny dose of civet, which makes it way more elegant and wearable for me. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for any English mispronunciation. I hope that you are able to understand me. Thank you for watching me and wish you all a good day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.